Good afternoon, everyone. We're about to start our Send My Ad webinar for May 2016. Today we're going to be touching on some new features that we just released on the portal. These features are the new font detection feature, which is a way to detect any specific fonts that is used in an ad, a limit ad sizes by issues feature, which will allow you to create a issue-specific ad size, deliveries displayed in the left-hand column, which is a new feature where we can see all the deliveries that have been performed to your FTP site in the left-hand column, and a dynamic headlines feature that this is a part of a very big update that is also very much used in the virtual publisher environment as well. So if you do find that it's a little hard to see the screen, there is a little zoom button in the upper left corner of the screen that will expand the image to cover the full screen. Any questions and answers will be answered at the end of the webinar. And you can submit your questions using the GoToWebinar control panel. All right, and with that, we are ready to start the demo for today. So the first feature we're going to talk about today is the new font detection feature. So we had some publishers that had specific fonts that their printers wouldn't accept. So they asked if it was a way to in the pre-flight settings, detect specific fonts. And so we have come up with a way to do that now. So the way you start setting that up is to go to your Manage Publications section. And in this case, I'm going to use this publication here, the testing publication. And from there, you go to your pre-flight profile, which is where this is set up. I already know that my default pre-flight profile is the one I use the most, so I'm going to go to this one. I do want to show how it looks on one where it hasn't been set up completely, so I'm going to go to this other one here real quick. In that pre-flight profile, you go to font flags. In this case, on the very bottom of the font flags section, there is a new field there. Says if font name is found in document. Now this constraint has not been added to this pre-flight profile yet, so what you would do is you click Edit, go back to fonts, and now you see there's a field where you can enter the fonts, and then you can add a constraint as well. Which at that point you can choose to ignore, warn, or reject this file. So I'm going to go back to my default one, which is the one I use the most for this particular publication. I'm going to go to font flags. So I'm going to upload an ad that I know is using the font Mignon Pro, the regular font. And so I'm going to enter that in this field. Now it is important that you enter in the name as it's found in your in the PDF. So I'm making sure that I go and I check my file. And I enter the file name exactly like I see it in my PDF. Also, I want to point out that there shouldn't be any spaces in front of this first font name here. You can enter several fonts, and it will detect if they are being used. So at this point now, this is set up. I'm going to go ahead and upload a file. And we can see how that plays out. I just go ahead and upload a full page ad that has the Mignon Pro in it. All right, so he'll just be uploading this ad now and pre-flighting it. And it should come up with an error saying that that font was found in this particular PDF. Right, so I'm just collecting some information about this particular PDF now. Just waiting for us to update the previews. Just give it a couple of minutes. Almost there. All right, so this gave me, of course, another warning here. It's a little trim size warning, but it's also giving me this new font error message here, which reads, "This font contains an unsupported font name. This is not allowed." So this hovering over this message will highlight the area where that font is found. It doesn't say which font that is in this pre-flight, and there is no more info for this particular font. But if you want to have a message in this area where it will give the user, for example, a list of fonts that are not allowed, you can do that by going to the FAQs and add your pre-flight message. So again, this is highlighting the font. You see it on screen, you see highlighted in yellow the font or the area of the ad where that font is found. Now, if you want to add a message to that, it'll expand upon this pre-flight flag. You can do that by going to your dashboard and to your FAQs, and then click Add, and then find your pre-flight item rule, which is called, it should be called font name found in file. So you would select the font name found in file pre-flight item type, and then you can, in the answer section, you can enter in a list of fonts that are not allowed to be used in your PDF. That may help your advertisers recreate that file without that font. All right. Our next, before I move on, just to reiterate again, make sure that the file, the font name is named the way you would see it if you pre-flight your PDF in Acrobat. You can then view the information for that PDF and see the actual file name as the PDF recognizes it in Acrobat. And I enter that exactly like that in your portal. All right, our next new feature we're going to talk about is the limit ad sizes by issues. Again, this is also found in the Manage Publications area. So we can go to Publications, and we can go to my testing file here. And then we're going to go to ad sizes. I'm going to add a new ad size here just for to show in this case here. So I'm going to call it Demo Special Ad Size. All right, I'm not going to really set up the ad size. It doesn't really matter for the purposes of showing how this works. But for those of you who have been in here a bit, you will notice that there's a new field on the bottom here, right before the extra information, that says Manage Custom Issues List. So if you click on that, a new little drop-down falls in here where you have a listing of all your issues. So let's say we want this particular ad size to be only available for my July 9th issue here. Doing so will, so for example, if you have, special ad sizes that, that you only want to run in this one particular issue. There's been something that some of our publishers have asked for. This is a way to create an ad size, but it's only visible and only selectable for this July 9th issue. So if I now go to my upload form and try to upload an ad, I select my testing, and I select my issue July 9th, you will see that my custom special ad size is available for that one. It's not grayed out. If I go ahead and remove this and then I select the July 10th one, I go to sizes, you'll see that my demo special ad size that I just made now is grayed out, as well as I have a couple other ones that are grayed out as well. But this is one I just created, and I set it to be available for the July 9th issue only. So now no advertiser will be able to upload to that specific ad size, and you have to pick one of the other ones that are set up for this. So it's a new nice feature that some of our publishers have asked for. There are some cases where they have specific ad sizes for specific issues. So hope you all will enjoy that new feature. It's pretty neat. All right, our next feature we're going to talk about is the deliveries, which is a pretty quick little demonstration here. In my left-hand column here at the bottom of the view, there is a deliveries tab view now. So in that view, you can see any ads that have been delivered to your FTP site for every issue, publication and issue. So if you have a delivery destination set up where the ad is automatically sent to your FTP site upon completion, this is where you can kind of take a look at that and see which ads have been delivered, and there's a quick view of ads that have been delivered, or if there's any ads that are failing or nothing of that nature. So you can sort it by your destinations. Some publishers have multiple destinations where the ads and the files are delivered. So you can sort by the FTP destination. You can also sort by the publication and a specific issue. You can also filter it by from and to date. And beyond that, there is a way to view the delivery state of each ad that has been delivered or is in the process of delivery. If it's in the queue to be delivered, you can sort of filter it by that. I don't really have anything in the queue at the moment, I don't believe now. So you can see my delivered files. If I have any ads that have failed delivery, you can sort it by that as well. I don't have any. And then there are some actions that are available as well. So if you have any ads that have failed delivery, you can select that ad, or you can use that tell it to retry failed ads, as well as hide and cancel specific ads as well. So it's a nice new little quick feature here that we included in our last rollout. And it will give you the information on what publication, what issue, what type of ad there was, the output file name, what connection it was sent to, when it was completed, how long it took, size, and so forth. All right. So our last feature for today that we're going to mention is the dynamic headlines feature. Now this is a part of a very big new feature we have added, which is also utilized a lot for the virtual publisher environment that we have. This is something that we have had to turn on for you, so if there's something you'd be interested in, let us know, and we can see if we can turn this on for you. But as I said, this is just sort of like a very, very small portion of what this feature can do. For those with Virtual Publisher, there is a lot more that this feature will affect and can be included in. So we'll probably end up doing a more in-depth presentation on this feature at a later point. But for those of you that do use Send My Ad only, there are some things that could be this can be utilized for too. So I just kind of wanted to touch on that just briefly today. Like I said, there is way more that we could talk about with this, but there are more for sort of the virtual publisher side, and we'll probably do a more in-depth presentation of this later. So again, you will be going to the Manage section, and again to a publication. I'm going to use the same publication I've been working in today. Under this publication, I would go to Actions, and there's a new section here called Manage Deadlines. So what this will do is this will basically let you create an additional deadline in addition to the ones that we already have set up. And so I already have a couple set up here, but I'm going to create a new one for this demo. So I'm going to go ahead and make one now. Demo deadline. So this could be basically anything that you would want. So if there's any kind of deadlines that you feel like has been missing that you would like to have, or any deadlines that go beyond what we is a default for the portals. We sort of have set up what we think every publisher is going to need, but this way you can actually create your own deadlines and add it to the ads or to the issues. So in this case, I'm going to set this deadline to be auto-filled for 5 days after my issue run date. So as you see here, I do have these are the system deadlines: the ad material due date, issue run date, issue ship date, on sale date, and cover date. And then these two VP testing deadlines here are my deadlines that I created earlier. So these are two of the dynamic deadlines. So you can set it to be connected to those two or to the system deadlines. In this case, I'm just going to use the issue ship run date. So let's say you want to have a specific deadline for 5 days after the issue run date. This is how you would do it. Again, you can pick from any of the other deadlines available as well. All right, so now when I close this and I go to my issues, publication button issues again, I just want to refresh it here. It should now show me this issue deadline in my field here. So if I pick one of my issues, the last one here, for example, now I should have the one here called demo deadline. You can also see the two other ones that I had created earlier, but this is the one I just created, the demo deadline. And these three fields weren't available for before. The ones that have always been here are the image deadline, ship date, on sale date, cover date, and then of course the two important ones, the material due date and the issue run date. So now I have an extra deadline that I can sort of customize to my needs. Another thing to mention for this too is that this is sort of a global deadline, so it will be available for all your publications. If I go back and take a look here, sorry, I made the right field already. If I go to issues, I'll go to my manager here, manage deadlines. I can set it to be used in this publication. I can also add it to all publication or remove from all publications. So if I go to another issue now or another publication, I can turn it on for that publication as well. So it's a globally available deadline, sort of the same way we have the pre-flight profiles and such are available for all publications as well. When you create one, same thing with this deadline, it is available for all your publications. Now, not all your publications may need it to be 5 days after. Some may need it to be 6, 7, 8 days. So whatever it may need to be, after the issue run date for that particular publication. So even though it's set for 5 days here in the default, you can choose to change that in the issue itself as well. So in this case, if I want to change that, if I want to override that date and say I want it to be 6 days, 7 days after, I can enter that in here. And then once it's updated, it will change the date to the reflect that difference. Now, you can also override the date completely and just say I want to pick a specific date and enter that in this field. Again, if you leave it at 0, then it will be using the default date that was set for that demo deadline. And if you want to have it specific for a specific issue or a specific publication, you can change that by either changing this offset date or overwrite the date completely. Again, this is just a small portion of what this dynamic deadline feature can do. There are, for those who use Virtual Publisher, there are ways that can be tied to your editorials and such as well. So there is a lot more possibilities for that for those who do use Virtual Publisher. If this is something you'd be interested in having, if there are some deadlines you would like to create that are custom for you that have been missing for you, we need to turn it on for you. So let us know, and we can get that set up, and you'll be able to start using it. All right, that concludes the demonstration for today. If you have any questions, please feel free to answer them, and I'll see if I can get some help here. We don't have any questions currently, it looks like. Hope that was informative, that there was some new features there that you may be able to take advantage of. If you have any ideas for future tips and tricks webinars, please send us an email, and we'll see if that's something we can include in a future tips and tricks webinar. We're always looking for some ideas on that, or any help that anything that you found that you think could be a good tips. Please let us know. We would appreciate that very much. Anyway, hopefully have a good day and good afternoon, and see you next time. Thank you very much.